Hello. I haven't done anything YouTube-wise for the past month. I underestimated how exhausting it is. And I read a lot. And it's now May. Some updates. Got the next book of the month. And I'm loving it. First book of the month I've actually opened and read. Got my dog with me. Say hi. She said hi. I binded my own fucking book. What the fuck? I actually did that? That's actually crazy. Posting a video about it. Hopefully. Not making a spoiler video of March videos. Too much work. I could have done better on this. Anyways, I'm not going to look at this anymore. My book club started our next book. I hope mine is in that package right there, but I don't think it is. I don't think I've gotten it yet. I should check. These are all the books I read in April. First book was The Long Trial of Nolan Dugatti by Stephen Graham Jones. He wrote Indian Lake Trilogy. I think that's what it's called. My Heart is a Chainsaw Trilogy. He's pretty amazing. I love his writing. This book was spectacularly confusing. I gave it 3 stars. It was very trippy. I'm still not sure what went on, but I think that was the purpose of the book. But it was about this guy who works for a gaming company as like customer service, and the company shut down and the building is abandoned and he's the only one there and he's still working. And it's this game that wasn't ever very popular and is actually very confusing. Now, I'm not sure what parts of this is just like him being in a literal psychosis episode. Maniac. I don't know what word I'm trying to use, but he's going crazy. So I don't know. Is any of this? I think the job is actually real, but like I genuinely don't. I don't know what's real or not, but I think that's what the author was going for. The cover is so cool. It's like this telephone and a guy in a suit in front of a casket. That's what it is. Because that's what the story is. He's having a psychosis of his dad's death. Because throughout his whole life, his dad has tried committing suicide. Like, actually tried. See, this is a rough topic to talk about because I hate the word he failed or is unsuccessful. Because, like, it's not what you want to do. But that was the attempt. And his attempt was to complete it. Kind of like murder isn't good, but they say attempted murder. So it wasn't completed murder. So he attempted suicide. He had a bunch of attempted suicides. And every other chapter, so I think like 10 chapters, are notes he wrote to his son, Nolan. And every single note was addressed to Nolan, and it was a suicide note, which is so depressing. As someone who's dealt with their parent struggling with suicide on multiple occasions, like, this is horrible. My parent would literally be dead in my mind. And I think by the end, that is how Nolan sees his dad, because it's so depressing. And then all the other chapters, the other 10 chapters, are him working as his customer service job, trying to help someone, but is a detective who calls. And I still don't understand why the detective called. I think I can kind of piece it together. But I don't want to spoil anything. And who knows if I'll actually make a spoiler episode. Video. But anyways, it was very trippy, very confusing. I do want to buy the book. It was amazing. It was 3 out of 5 stars because I would say it was average, mostly because I was confused, even though I think that's what the author wants. This author also, I think, had a bad relationship with his dad, because in his other books I read, the main character has a horrible relationship with her dad. But moving on. Next book I read was a book I apparently have, and I think I boxed it up. I have part of my shelf empty because I was going to move, and then a fiasco happened. The next book I read was And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. He's an amazing writer. I love his books so much. And this book was the same. It was amazing. 5 stars. What was it about? This was a rough month for me. I know it was about a bunch of people living and their life stories. I remember. It was about this family who had to sell their daughter to a rich family to live and survive. I'm pretty sure it's not based off a true story. Pretty sure. But like, that situation sadly had to happen a lot in history. I know this is specific place in the world. Afghanistan, I knew it. It's so devastating. Oh my god, it was so sad. Which is why I gave it a 5 star. He had to sell his daughter, and his son felt the guilt of it. Not that it was his fault, but like, it goes on years ahead. It talks about how his son grew up with that pain, and his uncle was like the butler of the rich family, and he pretty much initiated the selling of his niece, and he feels the guilt his whole life. It talks about his life. It talks about the daughter's life, Perry, and struggles with her mother, her adoptive mother, and how like they just didn't ever have that connection. Now, I do believe adopted kids do have connections, but I don't think this woman was actually ready to be a mother, and so she struggled to have those kinds of that motherly connection with Perry. And it just talks about the dominoes effect and just the effect of this one thing that ruined a family and how it struggled for everyone on generations. It was amazing. Next book. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This was a 4 star. It was so funny. Oh my god. It was so funny. I heard about this book for years, but I never read it because I didn't think it was my style. And then my friend told me to read it. So I tried it and I was like, wow, that is actually so funny, and I enjoyed it. It definitely left me with more questions than answers, but it was goofy. I feel like the book wasn't supposed to end where it did, but then it makes sense because I guess there's 4 books in the series, and it continues the story like that. Like, they ended by going to a restaurant, the next book is a restaurant. And I did DNF that in this month because I need a good fucking 5 star book to bring me out of my slump. I'm going through a little mental slump, so my reading can't handle these 3 stars. 3 stars are fine. They're good books. They're average, but like, I need something real bad to lift my spirits. The book that did bring my soul to life was The Hexologists by Josiah Bancroft. Oh my god, that was amazing. It was mystery. I feel like there was some historical stuff in it. It was magical, fantasy. It was amazing. Everything I want in a book. It was so good, so funny, so witty. The main characters, literally the best couple I've seen in a book in forever. I think I'm just too queer for my own good, but I'm never really rooting for hetero couples. They were amazing. They were so good. Like, if I was in a world where I can't be gay, this is the kind of man I would want to marry. Oh my god. They were so good together. They worked well together. They had these cool fucking adventures together, and they just fucking did it. It's a cool mystery. Gave it a 5 out of 5 star if you can't tell. There was more to the book, but all I remember is how amazing their relationship was and how magical and fun it was. Next book was The Baker's Wife by Christina Alger. It was fine. 3 out of 5 stars. See what I mean? I don't want any more than 3 out of 5 stars. Good mystery. I don't care about banks and the illegal things that come out of banks. So I was kind of bored with all the fancy terminology and shit. But I think it was good. Everything tied in well. I don't really remember. I didn't have room to remember anything in this past month. I'm freezing. The Hexologists have another book, and I really want to buy it to read it because it's not on Libby yet. Guys, stop licking. Oh, she has a piece of wood. There's no stopping her. The next book I read so many books this month, is called Prodigy by Mary Lou. The second book in the Legend series about Day and June going on their merry way, figuring out who to trust and what they want the Republic to be like. And I rate it a 2 out of 5. It just wasn't that interesting. It kind of felt like a chore to read. It could be because, like, after the Hexologist says, like, oh, so I can find 5 out of 5 star books, I need to stop reading 3s for right now. Even 4s. Like, 4s are so good. But it felt like a filler episode. The whole book felt like a filler episode. Like, the plot didn't really progress. Like, it did progress. It definitely progressed. But, like, it felt weirdly slow and too fast. I don't know how to explain it. Next one, I didn't even finish. I have 1 hour left, and I'm counting it. It was so bad. What Kind of Mother by McLeod. Chapman. 1 out of 5. It was so bad. Like, I think even if I read it after not being in a reading slump, I think I would have hated it. It was fucking crazy. This amateur palm reader, she's not even a palm reader, suddenly, like, gets some fucking visions, and she's trying to help this guy she used to be in love with in high school with finding his son who went missing 5 years ago, and he was only 8 months old. And she struggles with her relationship with her daughter because her baby daddy found Jesus and now he wants a relationship with her daughter. And she falls in love with this guy. Like, every basic woman in a mystery novel, thriller. Why does everyone have to fuck and fall in love? I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. She tries to help him find his baby, and turns out, big plot twist that I don't even give a fuck about hiding, the baby was a doppelganger crab. What the fuck? I was like, this isn't happening. She's crazy. I looked it up. That's what happened. So I was like, I'm not finishing this book. Because what the actual hell am I reading? Next one. We Are Not Free by Traci Chee. I gave it 4 out of 5. It was so good. It had a bunch of chapters from different perspectives, which I really loved. And it was about teenagers experiencing like the Japanese concentration camps that America did during World War II. I love getting the teenager's point of view because teenagers are so raw and confused and emotional and think they know everything. And so I loved it. They're still youthful. They still want to be free, I guess. Whereas the parents are like, what the fuck can we do? You know, which I understand. But it's a horrible part of history that is probably happening now, wink wink world, but I'm not educated enough to speak more on that. The Japanese were so discriminated against when the Germans were the one doing it, and I know not even all Germans. Japanese Americans were just Americans, and they're like, bro, I don't fucking know. It was crazy. And then the Japanese Americans who went to fight for the war, oh my god. Those are just some devastating chapters. It was a devastating book, but it was so raw and emotional and so good. I loved it. Next one, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, the second book in the Red Queen series, with the cover featuring yours truly. What's his name? Yours truly, Cal, or Tiberius Calor, the seventh Cal. A 3 out of 5. It was good. It was a 3 out of 5, which I have been complaining about, but it was a good 3 out of 5. I have about 4 tabs and good amount of annotations. It was a good book. So yeah, it was the second one of the Red Queen series. So spoiler for the Red Queen, I guess. It was about the Scarlet Guard, the rebellion group, just building on more. Well, not even building on more. Like the main character and her little group find out how much bigger the Scarlet Guard is and that they actually won't support them. So they run away and find a bunch of new bloods and break into a prison, which is so cool. And then the Scarlet Guard's like, okay, we'll help you. And so you kind of just get a glimpse into outer world away from just this country, even though you're adventuring. It's like an adventure book. You're going all over this country trying to get people, but it's cool because they learn how much bigger this rebellion group is, which is so cool. Now, this was my favorite series in junior high, and so it was a 5 out of 5 in junior high. Oh, especially the ending. The ending was crazy, but it's not my vibe now, but I still love Victoria Aveyard from the bottom of my heart. She introduced a cool character. We get to see different sides of the characters, which is cool, like with their morals and stuff. Like we get to see how their morals are tested. Oh, I guess this was just a little thing I didn't like. The main character said, "Red problems that you need not bother with." Now, they're called reds because their blood is red. So she says, "Red problems that you need not bother with." Like, no one talks like that. If you grew up in, like, this shithole place, you're gonna talk shithole. You're not gonna talk like that. And, like, she had some lessons when she was living in the castle, but still. No, girl, stop. Oh, this line. Oh, all these lines. These are so good. I can't read them, they're spoilers. If you remember from my first video, because I'm pretty sure I did that with Red Queen, this is the $200 Litjoy edition. So, it has fan art. This one isn't very spoilery, so I can show it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. It has Victoria Aveyard's annotations and mine in purple. And on the sprayed edges, we do have the classic crown that is on the cover of the original series. So pretty cool. Can't wait to read the next one. Although the next one's gonna take me a while because it's like 600 fucking pages. But it's called King's Cage and it has Maven on the front. The other prince. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And yeah, I feel like the first one had silver blood on the edges. More silver blood, and this only has red now. So I don't know what that symbolism means, but yeah. My point is, the books are good. I'm actually annotating this one with a silver gel pen. The last book I read was The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Guys, it was amazing. This was for the book club. It was a 4 out of 5. It was so good. I have so many tabs. I annotated it with like a deep blood red pen. Amazing. This was for the book club, so I'll be talking more about that in whatever video that comes out. But pretty much it's this thriller, kind of like a murder mystery, trying to figure out why this girl killed her husband. Because pretty much, trigger warning, it's about this. The silent patient is Alicia Berenson, and 7 years ago she shot her husband in the face multiple times, and they're trying to figure out why. And why has she been silent for so long? And this new psychotherapist, I don't know the difference. This new psychotherapist that comes into this mental hospital, psychiatric unit, whatever it's called, gets her to talk. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of Greek stuff involved. It's just so good. It's so good. His other books, I'm gonna give away The Maidens. It was bad in my opinion. Like, I think this is Alex's debut novel. What happened? I think I need to reread The Maidens just to kill my brain a little more, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's all the books I read for this month. Right now I'm reading Yellowface. I only have an hour left, so maybe I'll listen to it tonight. And I'm also reading The Names. Like I mentioned, the first book of the month that I'm actually reading. And I'm annotating an orange pen, so that's super cute. And then I got Ward D by Frida McFadden available on my audiobook app, but I don't think I'm going to listen to it because I'm kind of tired of 3-star books, and these thrillers aren't very good, except for The Silent Patient. Thrillers are giving me that. I haven't read Frida McFadden. Apparently she's amazing, but like, she has so many books that I think she's kind of just pumping them out. The basic copy and paste that all these famous thrillers are nowadays, and they're just not my vibe. If they are your vibe, congratulations. You are so lucky because everyone and their mom is publishing these books. But maybe Frida McFadden slaps. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. That's it. Thanks for watching. Come back another day. My dog split her piece of wood in half. She's been busy. Finished books.